Hey, Dr. Nambisi, this is Jared here. I'm just going to do a quick review of your website and give you kind of my thoughts on what you have right now. So the first thing I noticed is you've got lots of colors. It's nice and bright. I think that's good. Lots of design. Some of the design features up here can be a little bit distracting. Not the end of the world. What I do notice though is you have a lot of flash here, and I tried it on my other devices. Any kind of Apple mobile device won't use flash, and so basically if I try to visit your site from my iPhone, the site really doesn't come up. I have to skip the intro, and then I have a huge just green block right here on the screen. So actually you lose a lot of that on iPads and iPhones, which are a big part of the market as well. So just keep that in mind, that flash isn't necessarily a good thing anymore. So we actually have some on our site, and we're redoing our site because of that. Another thing I noticed was you have a lot of empty space in here. So my screen's a little bit bigger than normal, but you have all this space here and all this space here that isn't really being utilized. Now, it's called above the fold, and if you were to go look at, this is what most people would see here. And I'll show you. Go ahead and shrink my screen down to kind of a normal size. So most people are going to see a screen that's about this big. You've got huge holes here, you have wasted space over here. This is called what's above the fold in your website. And so right now when I come to your home page, what I see as above the fold is a little clip art of stock photo here, a whole bunch of movement but not a lot of information. I do get your office hours and contact, that's perfect. Some people will be able to see the videos, which is cool. And then this kind of the text right here, but it doesn't really scream to me what you do. The only thing on here that I really see what you do is Miles to Smiles implant surgery. So I think that's good. I would be careful, as you know, using the word specialized on your website though as well. Don't want to get yourself in trouble for using that word. I assume that where you are, it's the same as where we are. We can't really use the word specialized for anything. So. That's my first impression. Let me go back so I can see more of your site here. So I kind of clicked through things a little bit. Menus on the left-hand side are a little bit outdated. I mean, yours is still easy to use, easy to find, so that was good. I'm not quite sure why the drop-down menus don't look anything like the actual menu. It just kind of pops out of nowhere there. It doesn't really blend in at all. But I can find my way around pretty well, so I thought that was pretty good. One thing I think it's lacking is any way to add regular content, regular updated content. Here's another space. You have a huge space here, a huge space here. So just the overall layout of the site's a little awkward. And this picture kind of way over in the corner by itself, just a little bit awkward. But being able to add regular information, that's what Google really wants. Google wants to see things where we are designing for people instead of designing for Google. Google wants to search the web just like a person would. So we try to design things for people because that's what Google's really looking for. And one thing that people are looking for are regular content, a reason to come back to your site. This is a great site for an online business card, but it's never going to rank real high for a long time in the web rankings because you don't have regular recurring content on it. It's really just a one-time visit. Once I've been here once, I don't really need to come back. So you can do all the SEO in the world, and that may get you up to the top of the rankings for the short term, but it definitely won't keep you there. So that was one of my first impressions. I like the contact forms and things like that over here. I'm not quite sure why the contact form is on every page when I click on it. It's only on that home page, I believe. I'd have that everywhere on there. Yeah, I'd have the contact everywhere on there if you're going to put it on the home page. I think these customize is a novel little thing. I think it's distracting. We're pushing your whole site down so somebody can choose a different font size, which most people aren't going to do. And font color, nobody wants to change the font color. So I would definitely say that's not important. I'd probably remove that. And then the Google Translate, it's a nice feature. I just don't think it's exactly something that's necessary. Basically what I'm seeing on your site is the typical PBH, or I guess this is American Dental websites. It's the typical dental website. It's a great online business card. It's got the flash header. They all have a flash header, which I don't know why people are still using it. They've got a lot of different features. The color blend is interesting on your site, but basically it's kind of blends in. It's like driving down a highway and having a ton of strip malls with little signs and then having one massive billboard. You're one of the little strip mall signs that blend in with all the other ones right now. What we want to do is have you have a billboard that stands out above and beyond everybody else's. That's how Marvin and I got our practice website to be one of the top ranked dental practice sites in the world last year. So there's some components missing there. So the other thing I want to take a look at is, you'll see up here I have a ranking system. I rank it based on pretty much every different toolbar out there. So I brought up your site over on WebRank Stats. This is a composite stats system. So I'm just going to quickly go through it here. WebRank on a score out of 10 gave your site a 0.67. You definitely want to be up higher than that. I mean, at a bare minimum, you'd like to be around 2, but 4+ is really what you're shooting for on a dental site. Google PageRank, you're not ranked on Google, Alexa, Complete, or Quantcast, and those are the 4 biggest ones, and you're not even high enough to be counted on any of those yet. You do not yet have a DMOZ listing. You have to have some status to be able to get that typically, but you don't have one of those either yet. Website safety, we're not too concerned about that right now. Your pages indexed. Google says you have 57 pages indexed. We'd like that to be in the hundreds. If you were doing regular content, Google likes sites with a lot of content, and if you were producing regular content, this number would be in the hundreds. Yahoo only says you have 3 pages, and Bing only says you have 1 page that they actually index. So right now, Bing thinks that you're a 1-page website for whatever reason, and a lot of that just has to do with the way it was programmed and designed. Backlinks, this is where how the sites tend to judge the quality of the content you provide is by the amount of people that link back to you. Google recently redid theirs, and so people who are buying links and using posts and other websites and a lot of the SEO tricks that should never have been used to begin with, Google stripped all those and actually blacklisted a lot of those people. So you have no backlinks on Google, 3 on Bing, 2 on Yahoo, and none on Alexa. Similar sites, you don't have enough, you haven't been out long enough to have any similar sites. You're not ranked on any of these other ones. So right now, your site's more or less invisible. What I'm actually going to do also is I'm going to email you a report for your local search listings. One of the things that the internet is really going toward is local searches now, because Google is so huge. What we want to do is, we're not looking for implant surgery in the whole U.S., we're looking for implant surgery in Maryland or implant surgery in San Diego. So the internet is starting to take a turn for local searching. I'll actually send you a customized report. It's a nice long report that will give you a lot of details, and actually, even if you don't do anything else with us, it'll give you a lot of direction on how you can help boost up some of your local search results as well. So I'll have that over to you probably tomorrow. It takes about an hour to run the report. It's actually custom done and everything. So I'll pull that and send it to you as well. But basically what I see is you have a kind of a typical stock website right now. I mean, if you want an online business card, you've got it right here, and I think it looks decent. Has a couple of design flaws in it, nothing huge. I mean, I would get rid of the flash, or at least have a static banner as well to take care of that. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's a good static website. Now, if you really want to get to the top and you really want to generate a lot of traffic and you really want to have a lot of people coming in, then I would recommend the type of websites that we do. Marvin and I get on average 4 to 6 new patients a day from our website, and we get patients from all over the world. So having a good website can really have a positive effect on what you're doing. When Marvin and I do these sites, we basically do everything. We build your whole site, we take all the content that you currently have, and then we train you on how to write recurring content. Now, if you're too busy and you want to just focus on your patients like you should, then we also offer ongoing content services as well. So I'll outline all of that stuff in the proposal that I will also be sending you, and that'll give you a good idea on kind of what we do and what we can provide for you. So if you have any questions, let me know. I still will be getting you the stuff for the IOCI, and I'll be getting you your proposal and then also your custom local marketing report. Give me a call or send me an email if you have any questions. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks. Bye.